Hello everybody, it's more Mr. Magpie's Harmless card game. Still obsessed with it, still want to get the win in this version at least. Let's see what we can do today. There is one Jerry in the corners, okay? Huge start. Each row has at least one Jerry. Alright, there's one in the corner. Give me those. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right of this hint, so it's not that one. One of these is $1 and one of them is a Jerry. We're done there at $34. Give me another hint early. When you flip a Jerry, flip non-Jerry card below it. When you sell this, flip all hints. Give me the eye, looking for hints. When you complete a row, flip a random multiplier card. Sure. There are 0 Jerrys in the corners. Great. Let's check the eye for hints. None. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. So we want to finish a row to flip a random multiplier card. The largest group of Jerrys is 2. We get a mult card. So we're not going to complete either of these rows because there's there's at least one Jerry in each. The largest group of Jerrys is 2, so it's either here or those. So we could do the singles. Okay, that's nice. That could be 2. We still got a shield. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Yeah, we figured that out already. So this could be the 2, this could be the 2, this could be the 2. Alright, we'll stop there. We've got $38. When you complete a column, upgrade dollar cards in it. Alright. When your eye opens, activate a random non-eye card. No, I've got eyes on hints at the moment. And not enough money to buy anything else. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. There are 0 Jerrys in the corners of the board. So there's nothing to upgrade in there. We upgrade that to 4. That's nice. Oh my god. Largest group of Jerrys is 2. So that could be 2. That's 2. We can do the rest of everything else. This can't be a Jerry because it can't be 3. So that upgrades those. Alright, $73 is not a bad spot to be. Our health is not great, of course. When you pass $100, upgrade all face-up money. Alright. I'm just going to keep trying to upgrade our cash, I suppose. There are 2 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. There is 1 Jerry in this row. Okay. Let's do this for the column. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. Complete a row, flip a random multiplier card. Get a column, upgrade a card. No Jerrys adjacent. 2 adjacent to eyes. 1 Jerry in this row. There are 0 Jerrys in the corners. Right. That's a column and an upgrade. Just have to get big money cards, I suppose. Right, we still have 2 shield. We could open this Jerry again and upgrade these 2 cards. I don't know if that's better or worse than just trying to find other cards with benefits for us. 2 adjacent to eyes, No Jerry's adjacent to each other, so probably not this. Actually, certainly not that, because if this one and one of these two, or both of these two, it can't be that one. There's one Jerry in this row. Probably this guy. Well, not that guy, but hey. $100, nice place to be. When an eye opens, reactivate the largest grouping. You don't have space for this. When you complete a column, gain money. There are 0 Jerry's in this column. There are 4 Jerry's in one column. Or 4 columns have 1 Jerry, rather. Great. There's 1 Jerry in this row. Okay, we can do that. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. We have 1 health left. Great. There's nothing we can intuit, I think, from what remains. There's 1 Jerry in this row. We found it. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. We found it. There are 0 Jerry's in this column. We've cleared it. There are 4 with 1. 1, 2. Yeah, I think we just have to go. Alright, give me another money card. After flipping all dealt malt, gain 2. When round begins, flip 1. When you sell this, flip up all multipliers. Let's do that. Try and get a really good round in. We'll take a break room. Of course it was the last one we get to. Give me another money card. There are 0 Jerry's adjacent to eyes. When you sell this perk, flip all multiplier cards. Alright, we get to a 4x multiplier early. Upgrade those. When you complete a column, gain money. Naturally. $25 is pretty chunky already. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. Oh. Well, if there's 1 in the corner, and we haven't found a corner one yet, these 3 are safe. Largest group of Jerry's is 2, so that's got to be one of those, so this is safe. And we're out. Our money's doing okay, really. When you flip money in a corner, when an eye opens, activate a random card. When you flip a hint, reactivate adjacent money cards. Sure. And we'll take another break room. Get out of there fast. I'll take another hint. There are 0 Jerry's adjacent to this card. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. There are 0 Jerry's adjacent to eyes. Okay. Let's finish this row. So we crossed $200. We got upgrades. $265. There are 0 Jerry's adjacent to eyes, 0 adjacent to that card. Each row has at least 1. Two columns have at least 1 Jerry. Okay. So this is a column with 1. And if it's at least 2, it must be 1, 2, 3. Nice. Great round. 384. Give me more money. Give me that for $1, I guess. When you complete a column, gain money. We don't need 2 stacked caches, I think. We'll take a conveyor belt. We need this to finish soon. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. Okay, so this is a Jerry. Great start. Finish the columns. The fonts don't know what to do at 10. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. That's this guy. So this corner's safe. And that corner's safe. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. There's 1 column. That's nice. So 1 column. 2 column, 3 column, somewhere. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. So this is safer with 4 cards. We know it's probably not this then. No, so that's 2 of them accounted for. Alright, we'll get out with 5:40. Oh, we got 10 minutes left of the day. Where did the time go? Next round is 10 minutes. That takes us to midnight. We are boned. That's midnight. Damn. Well, at least it was my efficiency that wrecked us rather than my mistakes. Mostly. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Probably the top row. Largest group of Jerry is 2. Oh my god. Alright. Terrible first round. Give me a hint. Give me a salad. When the round begins, game +1 multiplier for each face-up card. Sure, I'll take 1 multiplier. Just for that guy. One of the rows contains all the Jerrys on the board. Wow, that's great, because once we find a Jerry, we know the other 2 rows are safe. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. So it can't be this row. It's going to be top or bottom. The largest grouping of Jerrys is 2. So it's 2 here and 2 there. We still have 2 shield, so... Perfect round. Except we still have stat cash, so we should complete a row and complete another row. When you complete a column, your perks gain $3. And give me a nest egg and money and a hint. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Great work. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. Largest grouping of Jerrys is 2. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. So this could be a group of 2 and that could be 1. This could be a group of 2. Or this could be a group of 2. So there's no way for us to know, I think. Let's do a salad. There are more Jerrys to the left of this card than to the right. Hasn't really helped. Large groups of Jerry is 2. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. Okay, so we know that one of these has to be a Jerry. It could be these 2 as a group, it could be those 2 as a group, it could be those 2 as a group. It could be that as a single and these 2 as a group, it could be that as a single and these 2 as a group. I shouldn't have punted. That one's on me. Come on, brain. I knew it as soon as I thought it. I was like, oh, 3 columns have 1. This one with just 1 card is going to have it. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. We found the one at the top. We found the 2. So one of these 2 is Jerry. Should probably quit while we're ahead. $26. Can't afford much, but we still have all our health, so that's something. We want to find groups of 3 to upgrade the whole group. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. There are 2 Jerrys in this row. Alright, we have a chance for any of these to be money and to get an upgrade. Thank you. Alright, there's a Jerry. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners. So odds are it's going to be one of those corners, therefore not this card. We still have 1 shield left. Alright, get out. When you flip all hints, transform 1 into a +1 mult card. After flipping all dealt multipliers, gain 2. Can't afford that. Can't afford that. I want more cash cards. I'll take a salad. And I'll take a malt. If we can group the malts together in 3 and then upgrade them, that would be great. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other, none in this column. Sell the salad. Cash in a corner. Jerry. No Jerrys adjacent to each other. 2 in this row. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left hand and right hand of this hint. It could be 1 here, 1 there, and 2 here. No, because there are no Jerrys adjacent to each other, so it can't be this and this. Okay. So if it's 2 to the right and 2 to the left, it can't be this one or this one. Still have a shield. There's 1, 2, 3, and 1 of these. Finish the column. Finish the column. The only thing left to find is Jerry's, so we're done. Okay. Give me pills and money. When you flip a multiply card, flip up face down adjacent ones is good for us. And sticky cash. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Sticky cash, sticky pills, things upgrading in groups of 3. 0 Jerry's adjacent to eyes. Alright, so those are not cash. Four columns have at least 1 Jerry. Damn, none of our cash in groups of 3, which is a shame. So 4 columns with Jerry's. Alright, we're out. That was a rough day. Take cash. Go. There is 1 Jerry in the corners of the board. Beautiful. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. There are 0 Jerry's adjacent to this card. We upgraded our hints. 0 Jerry's adjacent to this card. 4 columns have a Jerry. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. So, it's probably you. Shame we found most of our money before our multipliers, but hey, what are you going to do? There's still 1 money to be found, and we have 2 shields. So, each row has at least 1 Jerry. That means you're a Jerry and you're a Jerry. There's 1 Jerry in the corner, that's accounted for. 4 columns with Jerry. Here's this one, and we get to pick 2 of these cards for free. It's not this because that would be a pill, so it's that one. And we're done. Well, we got a line where you can get $70. We go to $76 for clearing the line. Hidden cash, Knight of Cash. When you flip money in a corner, upgrade it. When you flip a lonely one, reactivate it. Let's replace that with that. Take another multiplier. We have to hope we hit multipliers before we hit cash. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. Nice. Lonely. Finish the line. Found a Jerry. 3 multipliers, 5 money. Well, we know none of these are multipliers. There's some pennies. One Jerry in the corners. We found that one, we found that one. There's 1 Jerry in a corner. There's 2 monies still to find. Finish the column. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. There is 1 Jerry in this row, so it's one of those 2. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry, so 1, 2, not this, plus $35. There's $1 amount and 1 retrigger to find. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to this card, is that one. There's 1 Jerry in the corners, so not this one, and not that one. 1, 2, 3, 4 Jerrys. $218 just past 10 PM. We already have sticky pills. When you sell another perk for the first time in a round, make a copy of it. I don't know what I'd want to make copies of right now. Well, we sell something and it makes a copy of it, so we still have that thing. So we're just kind of printing money, I guess. So what you want is a really expensive thing to sell. Interesting thought. Interesting thought. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. There are more Jerrys to the right of this hint than to the left. Beautiful. Very nice. So, it could be 3 more, or it could be 1 and 2. The largest group of Jerry is 2. So it's not that. They got upgraded, which is great news. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. There are more Jerrys to the right than to the left. The largest grouping of Jerry is 2. There's 2 money to find, and I would like to find them. There is 1 Jerry in the corners of the board. So it's 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Great, so that's a Jerry, and that's a Jerry, and we're done. $382. Keep upgrading. Thanks for the redacted helpful hint. At the top of the hour, upgrade all face-up pills. Yeah. We can do that at the top of the hour. We got to 15 cards. But we also want to find all of our drugs fast. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. All Jerrys are in a 3x3 square. Upgrade those. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. Okay, so we want to get to midnight, or to 11 PM, so all these get upgraded, which would be very big for us. All Jerrys are in a 3x3 square. It's probably this. Okay, well, that puts them all there. We can flip these 5 cards free. There's still 2 drugs to find out here. Alright, all those multipliers are increased. We have 1 shield left still. One of the rows has no Jerrys, probably this one. $72. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. 1, 2, 3. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent, so we can just punt and hope to use our shield productively. Did not. Alright, so dosage up can go. When you purchase this, your perks gain $10 of sell value. That's just a nice hoard of money to have for an extra $100 for the end game. Got sticky pills. Give me a fortune cookie. Okay, there are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. Beautiful. Times 12 malt is huge. 1 Jerry in the corner. 0 Jerrys in this column. 2 Jerrys in this row. Alright, we made it, so we end game right now. We take the door. We bank 44 minutes. Damn. Increased exit cost sucks. Although, I think I prefer it to debt, honestly. The debt's really annoying. Alright, let's play good because we can capitalize on this opportunity. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. So let's not do the short columns first. Let's do the long columns. Great work. Okay, well. 2 columns have 1 Jerry in each. Could be that guy. Just on his own. There's 2 hints out there still. It's not that one then. Each row has at least 1 Jerry in it. So it's not this or this. It's not that. And I think we're out. There's a less than ideal first day. Give me info desk early. Give me cash early. Largest group of Jerry is 2. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. Great. There is 1 Jerry in this row. Okay. Group of 2 and 1 is adjacent to eye, so it's either this or this for the last 2. No, because it could be that. Can't be this. Can't be that. Can't be this. Can't be that. So, largest group of Jerrys is 2, and 1 of them is adjacent to an eye. So that could be the 2, and that could be one of the 1s, or that could be the 2, that could be the 2. So it can't be this one. It could be that one and that one. No, there's 1 Jerry in this row. So, that's safe. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes, so it could be those 2, it could be those 2, it could be these 2. We may never know. We need more money. Three columns have at least 1 Jerry. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. Cash in a corner. Okay. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. So one of these columns has 2. Right, take my leave because there's no more money to be found. When you flip a lonely multiplier, reactivate it. I'm just going to go... just clear out this part of the shop here. And then hope we can use our hints to start finding the multiplier, then find the cash. There's 1 Jerry in the corner. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. There's 1 Jerry. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left hand of this as to the right of this hint. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. So there's 1 of these and 2 of these. Alright, well, it's not these corners. It's one of those corners. Not great. When an eye opens, activate the largest grouping. Can't afford this. After the deal, flip me up. That should pay for itself. If we can upgrade this, it'll be even better. One of the rows has no Jerrys. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. There's 1 Jerry in the corner. Alright, it's not that row. It's not that row. I should have done these before doing the corners. That's on me. No. Stat cash is back. Give me more money in the deck. And give me 360 feedback. There is one Jerry adjacent to eyes. That's terrible. 360 feedback is not very helpful then. Sure. So, one Jerry adjacent to eyes, 2 accounted for. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Probably the bottom row. If one of these 2 has to have it. Could be this one and one of those, but mathematically it's the least likely. It's $10 for our troubles. Bonds, when you complete a column, perks gain $3 of sell value. When you flip a multiplier in a corner, upgrade it. When an eye opens, flip adjacent hints. It's 10 PM already, we got like nothing going. There are more Jerrys to the left than to the right. This column has 1 Jerry. No adjacent hints. Okay. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. There are more Jerrys to the left than to the right. Could be 4 on the left, 0 on the right. Is possible. It's either that or 3 and 1. There's a Jerry. Still 2 cash to find. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Bottom row. Interesting. $105. After flipping all dealt malt, gain 2. If you flip money in a corner, upgrade it. It's not what I'm looking for. After flipping all money cards, reactivate them. When an eye opens, activate the largest grouping. Give me salad. And Queen of Cash. We're just not finding something to build with. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. That's nice. Now we're just guessing. I guess if we're going to guess, we should guess the corners first because we can get upgrades. There are 0 Jerrys in the corners. 2 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Okay, so one of them is a column of 3, so it's not that, or that, or that, or that. And because we have a shield, we can find out which column is all the Jerrys. That's nice. When you flip a money card on the left hand of the board, reactivate it. We didn't use salad. I'm going to sell 360 feedback. It's not helping. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. Sell the salad. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. Okay. There's a chance we get to $1,000, but it's low given that it's nearly midnight. complete the column. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry, so that means that's safe. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. 4 columns have a Jerry. Then we have to start punting a little. Damn! Should have gone the corner. Alright, this game continues to be a monkey on my back, but we'll get it off someday. For now, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.